I understand every word you're saying. Dad fluently responds to Billionaire's German insults. It started in the freezing rain of a New York morning. Ethan Miller balanced a cardboard tray of coffee cups and 2 paper bags full of muffins as he hurried into the towering glass building of Vollmer Enterprises. He wasn't supposed to be here, not really. He was just a maintenance worker filling in for a sick delivery guy. But when you're a single dad with overdue rent and a daughter who still believes daddy can fix everything, you take whatever work comes your way. He pressed the elevator button, his reflection blurry in the mirrored doors. That's when he saw her, a little girl in a spotless school uniform, crying quietly near the lobby fountain. "Hey, sweetheart," Ethan knelt down, "you okay?" She sniffled, holding a tiny teddy bear. "My dad forgot my lunch again. He's in a meeting." Ethan smiled softly. "Happens to the best dads." Here he tore one muffin in half and handed it to her. "Blueberry. It's my daughter's favorite too." She smiled shyly, taking it. "Danke," she whispered. He blinked. "German Bitchan," he replied automatically. The girl's eyes lit up. "You speak German?" "Little bit," he said with a grin. "Used to live there for a while." Minutes later, a commotion erupted by the glass doors. A man stormed out of the elevator, flanked by assistants tall, sharply dressed, radiating authority and impatience. His voice carried a clipped European accent. "Where is she?" he barked. The girl jumped. Ethan straightened, realizing instantly who this was: Lucas Vollmer, billionaire CEO, genius investor, and apparently, the world's most intimidating father. He swept the lobby with cold eyes, then froze when he saw Ethan holding his daughter's hand. Lucas snapped something in rapid German, harsh, fast, cutting. Ethan stiffened. He hadn't heard fluent Berlin slang in years, but the meaning was crystal clear, unbelievable. "My daughter, with some janitor. What kind of fool lets a stranger near her?" Lucas didn't expect a response. He turned to the bodyguard, dismissing Ethan with a sneer. But Ethan calmly stepped forward. "And in fluent, perfect German," he said quietly, "the kind of fool who teaches his daughter to share her food and her kindness. Maybe you should try it sometime." The entire lobby froze. Lucas's assistants exchanged wide-eyed looks. His daughter's mouth dropped open in surprise. For a second, Lucas said nothing, only blinking as if someone had slapped him with a sentence he didn't expect to understand. Then he switched to English. "You speak German?" Ethan set down the coffee tray. "Lived there 6 years. Army translator. Married a Berlin girl." She passed. A silence fell between them. The girl looked up at her father, then back at Ethan, eyes pleading. Lucas's shoulders softened slightly. "You gave her food." "She was hungry," Ethan said simply. "Kids shouldn't have to wait for someone to remember them." That line hit harder than it should be. Lucas looked away, guilt flickering across his face. Later that afternoon, when Ethan finished his shift, the receptionist called out, "Mr. Vollmer wants to see you upstairs." Ethan hesitated, expecting a reprimand, maybe even a firing. But when he entered the corner office, he found Lucas standing by the window, his daughter coloring quietly at his desk. Lucas turned, holding out a sealed envelope. "This is for you. Compensation for earlier." Ethan shook his head. "Not necessary, sir. I didn't do it for money." Lucas studied him. "You corrected me, in front of my people. Not many would dare." Ethan chuckled lightly. "I didn't correct you. I just understood you." Lucas exhaled the faintest trace of a smile ghosting his lips. You're raising a daughter, yes. Yeah. 9 years old. Smart, kind. Keeps me alive. The billionaire's gaze softened, and for the first time, the distance between wealth and working class seemed to shrink. She's lucky, Lucas said quietly. You remind me of someone I used to be. He paused, then extended a hand. Come work for me. Not in maintenance. I need someone to teach my staff conversational German and perhaps remind me what respect sounds like. Ethan blinked, stunned. Are you serious? Completely, Lucas said. My daughter already approves. The little girl giggled and waved. Danke, Mr. Ethan. Weeks passed. Ethan became part of the Vollmer company teaching language, bridging cultural gaps, and sometimes, just talking to the CEO about fatherhood over late coffee. The two men couldn't have been more different, one who had everything but peace, the other who had little but warmth. And yet, somehow, they taught each other what truly mattered. One morning, as Ethan prepared another lesson, Lucas walked in, holding 2 lunch boxes. One for my daughter, he said, placing it down, and one for yours. I heard she likes blueberry muffins. Ethan smiled, voice catching slightly. Guess some lessons stick. Ending narration. Sometimes, understanding isn't about language at all. It's about compassion, the words we say without speaking, the kindness we show without asking. Because in a world divided by money, borders, and pride, a single act of humanity can translate louder than any insult ever spoken. And for one billionaire and one single dad, that lesson changed everything.